Hey everyone, it's Average Gatsby. Welcome to Gatsby's Reviews. Today we're talking about Fallout New Vegas, Dead Money. I'm going to be keeping this review as spoiler-free as I can, so most of what you see here is going to be from the first hour or so of gameplay, and I'm not going to reveal too much in the plot that you wouldn't learn from the first 20 minutes or so of playing this game. Fallout New Vegas Dead Money is a completely independent campaign from the rest of the Fallout New Vegas game. Your companions from Fallout New Vegas don't come to Sierra Madre, and in the same way, the companions you find in Sierra Madre aren't coming back with you to New Vegas. However, that's not a bad thing. The companions in Dead Money are specifically tailored to the kind of challenges you're going to be facing in this downloadable content. Each perk that they grant to the courier is essential for passing certain areas of the mission. In a small way, it reminded me of the Lost Vikings, where each of the 3, or 4 if that's how you think of it, companions will help you get past a specific section of the story. Dead Money is also a very linear campaign. However, there are plenty of choices that you have to make as you go along that will affect the outcome. In fact, the story does have multiple endings, and you're treated to a cutscene at the end of the downloadable content describing the effects that your actions had on the world. So you're called to Sierra Madre from what else? A radio signal. You're given a radio broadcast from an abandoned Brotherhood of Steel bunker just south of Camp Forlorn Hope and north of Nelson. However, before going to this bunker, you want to make sure that you're at the appropriate level. The game recommends that you should be level 20 or above before engaging in this downloadable content, and I would recommend the same thing. I went to this spot around level 16, and I found it was extremely challenging on the very hard difficulty. If I was playing on hardcore mode, I can't see myself being able to get through it. This downloadable content will be especially challenging for those playing a hardcore game. There's very few places to sleep, and if a companion dies, your character will die as well. So when you venture into the bunker, you're gassed as soon as you go in, and your party members that are with you will immediately be sent back to wherever you first found them. And you meet the villain of the story, Elijah, who, if you remember from Veronica's dialogue, used to be her sort of mentor and leader of the Brotherhood of Steel. Well, he has nothing to do with the Brotherhood of Steel now. He's become obsessed with gaining access to the Sierra Madre, and he's brought you here and placed a slave collar around your neck. If you don't do what he says, he'll blow you up. You start off the mission with absolutely nothing. You don't even have the bottle caps from before, which is fine because bottle caps are useless in Sierra Madre. As you can see, the only weapon I had was the hollow rifle, which is a unique weapon for Sierra Madre, and is actually a very powerful energy weapon and is one of the perks from getting this downloadable content. For the first half of Dead Money, the gameplay is very similar to a survival horror game. There is almost no ammo, there's very little in the way of healing or stim packs, and there aren't even many weapons to pick up, at least when it comes to guns or energy weapons. If you're an unarmed character or a melee character, however, you're going to have a much better time in this expansion. There are plenty of melee weapons, and most of the enemies are melee or throwing weapons as well. Another challenge is combat in this game. The enemies are, as they say over and over again, not easy to kill. If you put an enemy down, but a body part does not blow off of him, you haven't actually killed him. And if you don't walk over very quickly and start slashing his body with a knife, or shooting him again on the ground, he will get right back up. I found myself heavily reliant on my companion's ability to do damage because at the time of coming to this expansion, I was an energy weapons character. Another aspect of this game is puzzle solving. There's a huge amount of puzzles to the game, and the last half of the game essentially becomes a puzzle and platforming challenge. The slave collar that you and your companions have been fitted with is very susceptible to stray radio waves. And if you spend too much time in an area nearby these stray radio waves, then your head will explode. So there's a whole another aspect of this game to figuring out what kind of radios you need to destroy, or radios you need to just run by, or radios you need to shut off. Non-combat skills are the stars of Dead Money. There are so few normal supplies like guns or stim packs that you need to pick up every single piece of junk that you find and try to turn it into something better. There's a real struggle to find even the most basic items. I remember cheering the first time I found a bobby pin because there were so many doors I couldn't lockpick because I didn't have one. About halfway through the game, you eventually will make your way into the casino. And this is where the game kind of takes a turn. It's still very fun, but it goes from a survival horror type situation to platforming and using your non-combat skills to get through sections. While this section may be a little bit slower, it was a welcome relief for me not having to constantly crawl around corners with the kitchen knife out. The Sierra Madre has been inhabited by these holograms, which are unkillable. However, the holograms can definitely kill you. And it sort of adds a unique twist on trying to get through sections with unkillable but not undefeatable enemies. The second half also contains many more revelations about the history of the Sierra Madre and the history of your companions. There are plenty of unique challenges to this game that I haven't even had a chance to talk about, that you'll just have to find out for yourself. Dead Money also raises the level cap to 35 and contains plenty of unique perks that are able to be accessed from level 1. So even for a lower level character, not only will you have something to look forward to, but you can gain some of the benefits now. Dead Money contains some pretty fantastic loot as well. Not only is the hollow rifle incredibly powerful after becoming modded, but you're also treated to the best light armor in the game. Overall, I feel like Obsidian has done a fantastic first entry with Dead Money. It took me 7 hours of played game time to get through the Dead Money expansion. Now, it could have been because I was a lower level, but there is a ton to do in Dead Money. The story is very captivating, and the gameplay is very unique from the rest of New Vegas. As far as story goes, there's also a lot of foreshadowing for future downloadable content that I hope we see really soon. If you own New Vegas on Xbox 360, you owe it to yourself to get Dead Money. It's a fantastic addition to the game. It gives great value, some fantastic loot, and a very different way to play New Vegas. Anyway, I'm Average Gatsby. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope you go out and get Dead Money. I'm not sure when it's coming to PS3 or PC, but it'll probably be right on the horizon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, give me any feedback you like, and go out and pick up Dead Money.